Welcome to the Edge Market Update for the week ending May 19th, and today is Friday, and it was again a rough week in commodities as we've just had a ton of negative fundamental news hit the markets without any let up really. So what we got going on right now is funds are projecting record crops, and with the good planning progress and weather forecasts, they are still projecting record trendline yields, and that is hurting new crop futures. We have monster crops in Brazil, and they don't have the infrastructure to handle those big crops and store them, so they're dumping them on the world market, causing old crop grains to sell off very negatively. And China has been canceling corn purchases for cheaper Brazilian grains over their currency. And we also have concerns over their economy and potential demand for the future. And then finally, this week, the Black Sea grain deal was extended another 60 days. So the market did not like that when that news was released on Wednesday. So we have a multitude of different negative news events affecting markets negatively, and there's just been no let up, and so that has been what has caused such a rapid decrease in price. So we'll go ahead and start with old crop soybeans, and again, we fell very sharply this week, and we tried to find some support early on in that 1350 to 1360 range. That ultimately failed, and now we are back down to where the July 22 lows were. We are testing this range, and so far it has held. So we did close the week at 1307 on July beans. What I would like to see here, my objective for this week is price holds this support area. So the lowest I want to see is that July low from last year at 1298, and hopefully we can consolidate there, consolidate above it, and quit making new lows this next week. Above there, our objective is to get back to this 1380 level where we had some prior support up here. But for now, technical indicators remain very weak. Strength is extremely oversold. Money flows are very oversold. And then we have long-term momentum is sharply lower here. So hopefully we can base in this area and move back towards that 1383 area to get a higher objective again. Moving on to new crop soybeans, we closed on Friday today at 1175 a bushel. It looked like we were going to have a key reversal day today. Early on in the session, we were back above $12, but throughout the session, we ended up selling off and pretty much closed at the lows for the week. We have a new low at 1174. Again, same thing with old crop. Next week, I want to stay above that low and just consolidate and build some good support, and then we can build off of there and hopefully try to get back up to that 1247 range to start. That's where I would really like to see us build towards, and then obviously we have long-term resistance now about that 1260 to 1270 area, but for now just build and consolidate here in the upcoming week. Strength indicators, again, are very weak on this chart. Money flows are very oversold, and long-term momentum is headed down again. So, again, a very bearish chart, but hopefully we can base here and move higher towards that 1247 objective in the next 2 weeks. Moving on to corn. Old crop corn made a new low at 547 this week. We did fail or close below those July lows from last year. So we did find 547, and today we did bounce higher. It looked like we were also going to make a key reversal here on corn, but we failed, and we actually closed back down at 555 for the week. So as long as this bottom trend line keeps holding, that would be positive. We have a pretty steep downtrend line up here from that late April high. If we could somehow get to that 585 area, even by the end of the week to that 575 area and break above, that would show me that a short-term bottom could be in place, but this will act as pretty good resistance, and I think traders will be sitting there ready to sell that if that does trade. We also have the short-term moving averages, the 9 and the 20-day, that should move down in this area and act as resistance. So would expect that 570 to 580 range to act as resistance now. But again, we may test down here to start the week next week, but if we can hold here and keep basing, that will just build a good support level to move off of. We do have a little bit of positive divergence formed on the strength indicators. So what that means is we had our initial low back in March, and then we had a higher low back in late April, and then right now we're currently a little bit higher. If that could hold there and bounce back up, that would be a positive sign. Money flows are very oversold in the short term, and momentum is heading lower as well. But again, just would really like to consolidate here and build a good support level in this area. And then to finish up with new crop corn, we did make a new low on Thursday at $4.91. Today we closed at $5, and it did look like we were trying to make a reversal on new crop today. Found the 9-day moving average at 509 and directly sold back down. So again, I sound like a broken record, but since we've been finding new lows for 2 straight weeks, we really just need to build support here. Spend some time, let traders trade contracts at these price levels so that we have something to build off of for the longer term. And so if we do get above, we have a steep downtrend line here. If we do get above that 510 to 515 level next week and we can close above there, that may signal that a short-term bottom has been put into place, which would be that 491. But again, I just want to see us next week continue to build support here. Do not close below 491 again, and that would be positive in my book. We do, again, have some positive divergence in this new crop corn contract. So we have our initial low here from March. In April, we have a higher low, and then so far we have another higher low. So hopefully that can stay in that trend line on here, and we can keep moving higher. Money flows have bottomed out and are turning up a little bit, so that is positive. But long-term momentum does remain in a steady downtrend. So we just need time to turn this back up, but that will take probably at least 2 months or so to get that really turned back higher. With that, hope you have a good weekend. Thank you for your business. If you have any questions, feel free to call us anytime. Thank you.